are you sad your football team lost? Oh no, the Broncos lost. We're all so sad. Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I'm Brandon Perna, and yes, when the Broncos lose, it's still called That's Good Broncos. Look, if you take away the dumb penalties the defense made, Peyton Manning's interceptions, the bad reffing, and all of the points the Colts scored, the Broncos basically played a perfect game. I'd go as far to say it was flawless. I'm also a little worried that Andrew Luck cheated by stealing the soul of Ryu after he sexually violated both a Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis over the weekend. During the first 30 minutes of the game, the Broncos offense looked terrible, and the defense played average for the first time this season. I will say, had the Broncos won, I would have given Omar Bolden the Big Dick Player Award, and it would have looked something like this. After that amazing Broncos win, I'm giving the Big Dick Player Award to Omar Bolden, aka
Omar coming!
Omar coming, y'all!
On the first punt of the game, Omar lights up Indianapolis's returner. If you slow it down, you can actually hear what Omar says to him.
I mean, don't get it twisted, I do some dirt too, but I ain't never put my gun on nobody who wasn't in the game. A man must have a code.
And nobody likes seeing Omar put his gun on somebody more than Britton Colquitt. Ooh, he craves violence. Omar scored the only points of the first half when he returned this Pat McAfee punt 83 yards to end the half. David Bruton takes a lick from Pat McAfee during the return, and nobody was more terrified that
Omar coming,
y'all!
than this woman in the crowd. Big dick player taking it to the motherfucking house.
You always gotta talk like that, man. F this and F that. Nobody wanna hear them dirty words, man. Especially coming from such a beautiful mouth.
You're right, Omar. I apologize for the foul language.
Now for a commercial break.
Fan Kings, Draft Duel, Draft Fan Kings, Fan Draft King Duel Fan. It's awesome.
It's so easy. A caveman can do it. Wait.
This is as close to real success as I'll probably ever get.
Signing up was easy. Losing my money? Ha! Easy.
Now I get to look at my phone even more on Sundays.
If you're a non-athlete and have never been good at anything in your life, this site is for you.
I've never tongue-kissed a Kardashian, but this feels pretty close.
Go to fankings.com now. Enter the promo code Plumpkin.
The problem for the Broncos offense in the first half was missed opportunities. Peyton Manning and Emmanuel Sanders missed by a cunt hair for what feels like the 7th time this season, specifically the 7th time. Owen Daniels dropped this 3rd and 9 conversion, or is this actually a catch? What's sad is, I don't even know anymore. You'd think this would be simple. He catches the ball, his elbow hits the ground, and he's touched before the ball comes loose. That's a catch, right? Nobody knows anymore. Peyton Manning made a dreadful throw that was picked off. Not only does the ball wobble and sail way over Owen Daniels' head, Peyton Manning had Benny Fowler open right here. The most infuriating play had to be this no call by the refs for pass interference on Vernon Davis down the sideline. Hey refs, how do you miss that one? Blind Willie Johnson could have made that call, and he was literally blind. Hell, Dwayne Allen could have made that call. The sure-handed Emmanuel Sanders also dropped a wide-open 3rd down pass. The real reason I believe the Broncos lost, though, was because Luis Vasquez wasn't in the game. That's right, some random-ass dude from the street was playing in his uniform. How else do you explain that Vasquez was watching the game from the stands? I'd also like to point out that the Colts are a really hard team to beat because they run an underground cocaine and amphetamine lab beneath the stadium. Jim Irsay, of course, started this drug lab to feed his pill addiction, but now he's got all the players cutting fresh powder even when it's not ski season. Snort it. Yeah! Get high? Hey, ESPN Outside the Lines, you might want to look into this one. At halftime, after his touchdown, Omar tried to motivate the entire team by saying this.
Look, man, I do what I can do to help y'all. But the game is out there. And it's either play or get played.
The Broncos offense listened and did everything in their power to bring this game down to the wire. And nothing's more wiry than the game's 100th 3rd and long for the Broncos, but Peyton Manning steps up through the pocket and lofts this beautiful ball down the middle of the field, hitting Emmanuel Sanders in perfect stride for a 64-yard touchdown. I was excited, but Andrew Luck put up one of the toughest quarterback performances I've seen this season. He simply did not care that he was going to be trucked, stuffed, and triple fucked every time he tried to throw the ball. He was hit 9 times during the game, hurried 13, but he just made fucking plays. That's what Rob Chudzinski's game plan was for him. Just make some fucking plays and take a ferocious beating while doing it. If you do that, Luck, you'll make me look real good. Like every Denver Broncos scoring series, this one started with the key 3rd down conversion by Demarius Targaryen, who one-hand dragon catches this ball in the middle of the field. That was followed by Owen Bumper Car Daniels' slowest and strangest 10-yard gain I've ever seen. He seems to run into everyone on the field at a snail's pace, but somehow notches a first down. Manning found Bumper Car again on this bootleg that I have to say was a pretty play. Very cute play by the Broncos. The Denver offense then stalled in the red zone on a 3rd and 3 at the 12-yard line. Brandon McManus tied the game at 17 with a 29-yarder down the gooch. The Colts quickly countered with a touchdown of their own to Ahmad Bradshaw. The Broncos blitzed. Luck saw it coming, took a vicious hit, but not before dropping the ball right into Bradshaw's undefended hands. After that touchdown, Andrew Luck got a little too excited on the sideline. Great TD, Luck.
Yeah, TDs are the bee's knees. You know what I really like, Coach? To have fun with the girls.
Denver responded with their most impressive drive of the game. The play action was working despite the fact that the Broncos weren't running the ball effectively. Owen Bumper Car Daniels consumed 27 yards on the first play. Then, in the repulsive face of Colts pressure, Manning rolled out, threw another dart to his other tight end, Virgil Green, for a Denver first down. After a Peyton Manning sack, the Broncos were staring down the double barrel of a 3rd and 14. They remembered what Omar said at halftime.
And it's either play or get played.
And threw a screen to Demaryius Thomas, which went for 17 because the Colts forgot that this is the Broncos' favorite offensive play. Bumper Car finished the drive with a sweet 1-yard touchdown grab. Another terrific throw by Peyton Manning here. Daniels finished the day with over 100 yards receiving. The Colts bounced back. The defense did bend, giving up some yards to Indianapolis, but Bradley Roby kept the Colts from scoring 6 with a well-defended pass on 3rd down. Colts took the lead on a 55-yard Adam Vinatieri field goal right up the baby horse's ass. Here's what's worrisome. The Broncos offense was clicking, but Peyton Manning threw another ball late in the game to a spot he shouldn't have thrown the ball. The Colts picked him off for the 2nd time, and Darius Butler and his teammates celebrated what, in my opinion, was excessively. Let's show our gratitude for your heroics by trying to hurt one another physically. Fuck, we're such men! Yeah! T.Y. Hilton appeared to make a supernatural catch on the sideline after being rocked by Darian Stewart, but fortunately for the Broncos, Hilton stepped out of bounds prior to the catch and received a penalty for the play because he tiptoed out of bounds. After catching that break, the defense self-destructed, allowing Andrew Luck to convert a 3rd and 10. This was followed by Aqib Talib's eye gouge of Dwayne Allen, which he will serve a 1-game suspension for, but not before appealing the decision to the NFL, and a ruling will be made by Wednesday, which Talib will lose.
These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. Because you tried to poke out my motherfucking eye.
The irony here is that Talib was defending Von Miller, whose charity is Von's vision. If you don't support Von's vision, we'll take yours away. Talib, my advice for you is learn to be a pussy like me. When confrontation presents itself, walk away. At this point, the Broncos had a snowflake's chance in hell of winning the game, but saw that micro opportunity slip through their hands when the refs gave them the final ass blasting by calling a holding penalty on a field goal attempt, which results in an automatic first down. The NFL needs to reevaluate this rule and how it applies to a fucking field goal attempt. Replay the downs, idiot. What's he holding him from doing? Blocking him? Is he holding him from making the block? I don't get it. It's a weird call that I've never seen called before. And that's how the game ended. The Colts nose tackle had his way with Matt Paradis all day. So much so that his biggest battle during the game was with his underwear. Can somebody please help a big man with his wedgie? DeMarcus Ware sat out half the game with a back injury. But I think he should have been evaluated for a concussion. Tiny Batman flying around! Yeah! I'm talking real Batman, not like the movie. The good news is that despite the defense self-destructing at the end of the game, the offense scoring 0 points in the first half, 2 interceptions, bad calls by the refs with their favorable ball placement for Andrew Luck, almost no running game from the Broncos, drop balls by Emmanuel Sanders, the Broncos only lost by 3 points and were a play away from being able to win this game. As Darkwing Duck wisely once said, each unwanted rectal ramming you take prepares you for a brighter tomorrow. And that's why I wasn't allowed to watch that cartoon. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Make sure you share this video, copy the link, and paste it somewhere on social media. Also, check out the Fan Kings commercial I starred in on Woody Roseland's channel. Check it now. Subscribe here and give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Greg Niemer. Jess told me you've been watching the show since the beginning, and she also notified me that you have decided to graciously fund this show for the rest of the season.